Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 011, Arithmetic, Section 4.7, Problem 3. This is Section 4.7, Problem 3. It says the manager of Shaw's Market claims that 70% of their customers pay with credit cards. If 140 people pay with a credit card on a particular day, how many shoppers bought something at Shaw's that day? So it's a realistic sort of a problem. So what we want to do is basically write the problem in the form, boil it down to its important parts so I can write out A is P% of B. And once I can write it that way, I'm going to set up the formula A over B equals P over 100. And hopefully I'll be able to fill in two of the three unknowns and have only one, and then I can solve it. So if that's my goal, write it in the form A is P% of B, and I have this statement that 140 people bought something with a credit card. How many bought something altogether? So what I want to do is write it as 140 is 70% of B. B is the unknown, so I'll leave it as B. So that boils it down to my important sentence. 140 people bought something with a credit card. 70% of people are buying with credit cards overall at this market. And so what's the total number for that day? So now that I have it written out this way, the A, when I fill it in, is 140 equals P is 70. And the percent just automatically goes in as 100. And the unknown is B. So I do have just one unknown. So to solve a problem like this, you have one fraction equal to another fraction. I want to cross multiply and then divide. So you can reduce a little bit, or you can reduce as you get into it. It doesn't matter. You get the same answer either way. So if I have 140 times 100, that's a big multiplication. Just ignore the zeros for a second. 140 times 1 is 140. Put the two zeros back in. So 140 with two zeros, I have 14,000. Pretty easy, even though it's big. Multiplying the other way, 70 times B is 70B. And again, I want what B equals, so I have to divide away the 70. B equals 14,000 over 70. So because it's over 70, because both end in a 0, I can basically just cross off a 0 right away. I'm essentially dividing the numerator and denominator both by 10. 10 divides into both evenly. So I have 1,400 over 7. That's a fairly easy division. I can do that in my head. If you're not that sure and your math teacher allows you to use a calculator, just do the numerator. 1,400 divided by the denominator equals, and the calculator will tell you that that's 200. If your math teacher will not allow you to use a calculator, just do it out the long way. 7 divides into 1,400, and you'll get the answer as 200. Now, how do I know that without doing it out? Basically, again, because of the zeros, I just temporarily ignore two zeros. I have 14 over 7. I know that reduces to 2, and then I put back the two zeros that I pretended I couldn't see. 2 with two zeros, 200, which is the same answer you get with the calculator, same answer you get if you divide it out the long way. So B is 200. So that's telling you on that particular day there was a total of 200 shoppers. If 140 bought something with a credit card, and that represents 70% of the shoppers overall, the total number of shoppers would be 200.